Michigan Kingpins is brought to you by the Metro Detroit USBC Association, your bowling resource. Lawrence Technological University, possible is everything. Frankenmuth Brewery and Restaurant, 150 years of tradition. Sandy Hansel and Associates, bowling is our business. Brunswick, the bowling leader. Trotside Restaurant, Northville Downs' exciting dining experience. And Turbo Bowling Accessories, driven to bowl. Now, get ready for Michigan Kingpins, Metro Detroit's all-access bowling show. Here's your host, Mark Martin.
Welcome back to Michigan Kingpins, your all-access bowling show that covers everything bowling from the bowling capital of the world. We're here today at Star Lanes in Royal Oak, a truly revolutionary bowling experience. We'll showcase this amazing facility later on in the show. It's been a great first season on Michigan Kingpins. Here's what we have in store for you on our final show of the 13-14 season. The Lawrence Tech University bowling team is back from nationals. Ashley Raymond caught up with the team and to find out how they did. Of course, we have great action from all the major tournaments, the Michigan State Masters, Michigan State Senior Masters, the Women's Series. But let's start with the Michigan Majors Match Game Championship. And Ashley Raymond has all the highlights.
The Budweiser Michigan Majors Bowling Association had their first Masters earlier in March. Let's check it out. Now in the Budweiser Masters, one of the youngest stars, Aaron Lawrence of Saginaw, added his name to the list of Triple Crown winners by defeating Frank Snodgrass of Roseville 3-1 at the annual Match Game Championship. Let's see how everything went down right here. 43 bowlers came out for the event and 16 advanced to the semifinals. The championship match is the best 3 out of 5 games and looked like it was going to be a shootout as Snodgrass captured Game 1 280 to 247. In Game 2, though, the score came down for both players as the lanes transitioned. Lawrence grinded it out with a 214 to 182 victory to even the match apiece. Lawrence pounded in the pocket in Game 3 and was rewarded with a 249 to 222 win, taking the lead 2-1. In the 10th frame, Lawrence needed a mark to shut the door and he missed a 10-pin to open the door for Snodgrass to come in. Snodgrass needed a double in the 10th, but came up high on his first inning of the day with another second-place finish. Snodgrass finished second last month at Sterling Lanes. For Lawrence, this was not only his 5th MMBA title in his career, but also completed the Triple Crown, which includes winning match game, championship, and tournament games. A pretty big accomplishment. Let's now talk to our winner and runner-up. Frank, you're our runner-up today. Talk to me about today's competition and how you felt you did this weekend.
I felt I did pretty good. Today was definitely a headache, the last 3 games. I had a good look the first game, and I had to move in, and it wasn't the same at all. And I wasn't throwing it good, and when I did throw it good, I didn't strike.
Hey guys, I'm here with our winner, Aaron Lawrence. Now, Aaron, talk to me about how you came out on top tonight and about this whole competition.
Well, the shot kind of played right for the majority, and yesterday a lot of the straight players went out, so I knew I had a good chance. Going into today with the top 8, I knew Frank was going to have a really good look, and he did, so wound it up at the end. Played right of him, got a couple breaks, so everything kind of fell together. It's pretty good.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm here at Mayflower Lanes in Redford for the 6th and final event of the MD USBC Women's Series. We've seen a different winner in every single one of these events this year. We want to see if there will be a repeat winner this year and who will win the 6th event and take home the Women's Cup Series. The top 4 bowlers in the series are only separated by 35 points. Lisa Bishop is in first place, Sandra Schultz in second, Julio Chepik in third, and Robin Orlikowski in fourth place. These quarterfinals included all 5 Cup event winners for the season. It was 3rd Cup event winner Sandra Schultz beating 2nd Cup event winner Julio Chepik. It was Kathleen Kowalski upsetting 1st Cup event winner Robin Orlikowski 201 to 171. And it was Hall of Famer Angela Wilt beating 5th Cup event winner Sarah Littoral 215 to 189. In the last quarterfinal, saw fourth Cup event winner and current points leader Lisa Bishop cruising to a 256-209 victory over Rebecca Keegan. This meant Bishop would go on to meet Kathleen Kowalski, who finished 12th in the Cup standings last year and has consistently made the cut in every event this year. Both bowlers had 4 strikes through 5 frames until Bishop ran into a split into the 6th. However, Kowalski could not take advantage, and it was Bishop finishing strong, winning 224-209 and advancing to her 3rd final this year. The other semifinal had Angela Wilt facing Sandra Schultz. It was Wilt winning 201-153 and advancing to her first finals of the Cup Series season. This meant our last Cup Series event final would have 2 seasoned bowlers competing for the victory. This was the same matchup as the Michigan Women's Queens Tournament finals last week that Lisa won. By making it to the finals, that meant the Cup Series championship was Bishop's. However, would she be the first bowler to win 2 tournaments in the Cup Series this year? Wilt took the early lead and was winning after 4 frames. Angela picked up a split in the 5th and striked in the 6th, while Bishop finally scored her first strike in the 6th and second in the 7th to try to get back into this match. Wilt kept the pressure on with strikes in the 8th and 9th. Lisa would come back with 4 more strikes in a row, but it proved it wouldn't be enough. Angela Wilt finished the 10th with a strike and took home the match and the event to become the 6th different winner of a Cup Series event this year. I'm here with Hall of Fame bowler Angela Wilt, who just took home the 6th event of the Women's Cup Series. You've won a lot of tournaments over your career. What does it mean to win this event?
It was great. I mean, I had a huge plumbing bill, so I had to pay that off this week. So, I mean, it was great. A win's a win. It's about bowling is fun. Bowling is great. You know, winning, this means a lot, you know, to come back to say, you know what, never give up the fight and keep going. Keep working your own process and one thing at a time.
I'm here with Lisa Bishop, the new Women's Cup Series champion. That's the 2nd time in 3 years for you. What does that mean to you as a bowler?
Actually, it means everything. I'm the type of bowler that wants to be consistent across the field. So the cup is a sign of consistency, in my opinion, especially with the double points this tournament.
Well, we're really happy for you. You're a great competitor. You mean a lot to this series and to the sport. So congratulations on a great event and a great season.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm at the Michigan State Senior Masters at Century Bowl in Waterford. Now this weekend we had 137 bowlers come out for qualifying, and then today we narrowed it down to 32 for match play. Let's check it out. In the quarterfinal, Nick Sapedi took on Dale Strike. Dale stayed true to his last name, putting up a turkey to start game 1. With some powerful strikes late in the game, Strike took home game 1, 244-188. In game 2, Strike started it up with 5 in a row. Sapedi couldn't get anything going, causing him to fall 192-174. Just a few lanes down was Harry Sullins taking on the reigning champ, Bo Gurgen. Sullins wrapped up game 1 with 5 strikes and a score of 248. Gurgen, on the other hand, picked up a 225. In game 2, Sullins continued hitting the pocket with another streak of 5 strikes in a row. He scored a 233 in game 2. Gurgen was off his game with only a 166. In the winner's bracket semifinal, Sullins took on Strike. Sullins banged out a turkey to begin game 1 and wrapped it up with a 6-banger. Sullins won that match by 110 pins. In the loser's bracket final now, Strike took on Curtis Odom. Strike, looking to go back to a rematch against Sullins, started off game 1 strong. However, he finished the game behind Odom by 5 pins. In game 2, Odom knocked down 4 in a row, but it was Strike who banged in 3 in a row to close the gap and give him the victory. In the championship game, Dale Strike rematched Harry Sullins for the title. In between games, Sullins was off the lanes for over an hour, causing his undefeated streak to get a little bumpy. In game 1, Strike would knock down 6 strikes and 4 spares to give him a 218. Sullins struggled to get back in it, opening up match play with a spare. He had 5 strikes and 5 spares in game 1. Moving on to game 2 now, Sullins needing to top Strike's total pins in order to take home a trophy. Both fellas opened up game 2 with spares, but it was Strike who got 4 in a row next. Sullins can't find his rhythm, allowing him to fall 247-195 in game 2. In overtime we go now, game 3 between Sullins and Strike. Strike on fire on the hardwood. He would leave none open for a score at 221. Sullins failing to get back in it, he racked up 178. In the final game, Harry Sullins needed to pick at least 43 pins up to be the champ. And it looks like his head is back in the game. Sullins knocked down 6 strikes back-to-back, but would it be enough? Strike moving in on the title put 5 strikes down and 5 spares. Dale Strike would take home the trophy. Let's now talk to our winner and runner-up. Now, Harry, coming into the finals, you were undefeated. What happened?
Well, you know, you sit around for an hour and every pair is different and kind of pot luck. And if you grab the right ball and get the right reaction and go for it, well, the second game against them, I bowled 195 clean and never doubled. So, you know, when you get wrapped, you got to try something else. Of course, by then, you move to another pair and then all of a sudden it's like 3 boards tighter or it hooks in the middle. Try another ball and, you know, same thing. I got wrapped a few times. When you have one double through 15 frames, what do you got to do? Well, I switched balls and tried 2 different and actually got back into the match to tie it before at the end. And of course, he responded with some strikes and hey, it is what it is. And second place, oh well.
Friendly enemies for our whole life. So we've beaten each other up like this before. And he's a really, really great bowler to beat.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hey Kingpins Nation, I'm Stephanie and we hope you've enjoyed our first season. Wait until you see what we have in store for you in the fall. Of course, lots more to get to before we wrap up for the summer. We learn all about the Star Lanes experience and find out how the Lawrence Tech bowling team did at Nationals. Michigan Kingpins will be right back.
We want you. We are LTU, Lawrence Technological University, and is one of the nation's best schools for engineering, architecture, and technology. We don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students who want to change the world through technology, science, and design. So if you believe that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
Owning and operating a bowling center is a unique business, and no one knows it like Sandy Hansel and Associates. We have been buying, selling, and valuing bowling centers for over 30 years. We have sold over 500 centers and valued more than 1,200 centers throughout the United States and Canada. We often assist the purchaser in securing financing, obtaining your liquor license transfers, and avoiding potential pitfalls unique to this business. Trust your next bowling center transaction to Sandy Hansel and Associates, bowling's only full-service brokers, appraisers, and financial advisors. You can find us at sandyhansel.com.
300 isn't just a number, it is our destination. Shouting at a ball will make it strike more. Nothing is as satisfying as hurling dangerously heavy spheres at stationary objects and watching X's fill the frames. You know it, we know it. So here's to the ballers, the lane dwellers, the alley cats. A new breed is rising from the lanes. We are DV8. Tonight we bowl.
Are you into bowling? Then you need to check out TurboTech. Located in Chesterfield, Michigan, just 30 miles northeast of Detroit, TurboTech is a USBC regional training facility that has something to offer bowlers of all skill levels. We also offer coaching certification courses and much, much more. So if you're looking for success, there's only one place to go: TurboTech.
Welcome back to Michigan Kingpins. Coming to you this month from Star Lanes in Royal Oak. I'm joined by the Director of Operations, Christine Reeling. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you, and thank you so much for being here.
Well, tell me about your amazing facility, how long you've been here, things like that.
Okay, well, we opened May 6, 2011. We are a full-service entertainment venue all under one roof. We have a lot going on in this building. We have our 10-screen theater. We have a full concession. We have a full-service bar, full-service restaurant with an executive culinary chef. Something that's really unique about us is our boutique bowling. That's full service as well. We actually have bowling attendants that will size you for your ball right there at the counter. They give you brand new socks, you get brand new shoes. Then they take you to your lane. We have a server that comes right to your lane, offers a menu to you. The bowling attendant comes back to your lane and sanitizes your ball right in front of you, which is really nice. We actually rent out the downstairs and the bowling lanes quite often for events.
Very good. Very good. You got some banquet facilities here too. So tell me about that.
Well, we have 3 rooms located upstairs. We have our high roller room, which we're currently in. This room actually has 4 private lanes, which is really unique and fabulous for the guests. We also offer pool tables and shuffleboard in this room with a private bartender and a private bowling attendant. Then we have our Skybox Lounge, which seats a max of 200 depending on the setup. That has a sound wall that we can either bring up or leave up or bring down. And that, when we bring it down, kind of brings the whole experience of the bowling upstairs. And then we have our loft that we do a lot of corporate meetings in. And another really unique thing that we have here is our media department right on hand. So we're able to do a lot of technology here for any groups that come in.
So if I brought my company here for a meeting or for a party, you're just full service for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. We do a nice job.
Very good, very good. You got some promotions.
We do.
Upcoming.
We do.
Tell me about those.
Well, we have a couple of special things happening right now. We have our All Access Pass and our Family Fun Pass that we're offering.
Thanks, Christine. This is a truly amazing facility. Thanks for having us today.
And thanks so much for being here.
Now, we've been following the Lawrence Tech bowling team all season. Our own Ashley Raymond caught up with Coach Bressler to see how the Blue Devils did at the Nationals.
The Lawrence Tech University Blue Devils bowling team has blown the season out of the park. In February, the guys brought home their first trophy of any LTU athletics team in over 50 years.
We bowled 13 events in regular season, and we did 4 postseason events.
Then, last month, they qualified for the 2014 National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics Invitational Team Championship in Vernon Hills, Illinois. 20 teams from around the U.S. made the trip, including 8 Blue Devils bowlers.
The team qualified 14th, and they were knocked out in 4th round.
The Blue Devils finished with 1 match win and 2 losses, but it was the last game that was the heartbreaker, as LTU lost by only 5 pins in the final frame.
It always comes down to a spare that could have been made, or pins being carried by other teams, even you not carrying pins. It's just pinfall. That's all it comes down to in making your spares.
Despite the season ending, Coach says he expects his guys to continue improving their bowling game. For Michigan Kingpins, I'm Ashley Raymond.
If you missed any of today's show, it'll be loaded up at the State Champs website, statechampsnetwork.com. It'll also be on their YouTube page. Just search State Champs Network. Comcast subscribers, you can watch rebroadcasts all week long on Channel 900. More Masters coverage is next on Metro Detroit's only all-access bowling show, Michigan Kingpins.
We want you. We are Lawrence Technological University, and we don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students with a passion for hard work and good times, students who will move right in and shoot for the best that Lawrence Tech Southfield campus has to offer. So if you believe that everything is possible and that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
Come to Frankenmuth's Little Bavaria to enjoy the old world atmosphere, shopping on Main Street, and the food at the Frankenmuth Brewery and Restaurant. This historic destination is located at the north end of Main Street at the top of the hill. The brewery is known for its classic American fare with banquet facilities available. It's the only restaurant in Frankenmuth that has outdoor dining overlooking the scenic Cass River. Frankenmuth Brewery produces award-winning craft beers, ales, and root beers which can be found in your favorite restaurants and stores. Continue the family tradition and come to the Frankenmuth Brewery.
It's bowling season, and the best bowling experience is at Sunnybrook Lanes in Sterling Heights. Enjoy our 58-lane bowling center that includes our sports lounge, video arcade, and plenty of leagues and tournaments for the whole family. Sunnybrook also has a 27-hole golf course, banquet facilities, and full-service motel. Sunnybrook has something for everybody. Check us out at sunnybrookgolfandbowl.com for weekly specials and learn why Sunnybrook is your ultimate family entertainment destination.
If your birthday is near, Thunderbolt Lanes is the place to party. Check out Thunderbolt's Cosmic Bowling with cool light effects and great music. Bowl with your friends, have fun, and when you're done, check out Thunderbolt's new arcade. Games are free at your birthday party. That's right, play as much as you want. And with pizza and soft drinks, we have everything to make your party a smash. Check out Cosmic Bowling and Arcades at Thunder Bowl Lanes for your next birthday party. Call 313-928-4688 for more info.
Even when you're out and about, you're never far from home. The new Xfinity Home Control lets you shut off your lights, adjust your thermostat, and even make sure the repairman got in, all while you're on the go. Simplify your life with the total home control solution. And you can save up to 10% on your annual energy costs. Add Xfinity Home Control for as low as $9.95 a month with no term contract to sign. And we'll get you started today with an easy-to-use equipment pack starting at just $99.95. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Let's now take a look at the 2013 Michigan State Open Masters, hosted again at Century Bowl in Waterford. 148 bowlers from around the Mitt came out for the tournament, and on day 2, we narrowed that number to 32. Each match was the best of 2 games for total pins. Let's check it out. In the winner's semifinal, Gary Schlechter took on Ronnie Sparks Jr. Schlechter closed the first game with 5 strikes in a row and a score of 224. Sparks Jr., on the other hand, closed the game with 6 strikes in a row and a score of 235. Moving on to game 2. Schlechter picked up a 4-7-10 split in the 9th frame, looking to get himself into the finals. And in the 10th, he finished with a split and score of 202. Back to Sparks Jr., who got a turkey in the final frame and a score of 194. For total pins, Sparks Jr. wins by only 3 pins. In the losers bracket final now, Thomas Smallwood, who won this event in 2009, opened up the first game with 4 strikes and ended it with 5 in a row. He had a score of 268. Gary Schlechter, on the other hand, went strike for strike in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, picking himself up a turkey. And the score is 226. Both competitors had no opens in game 1. In game 2, Smallwood knocked down 4 strikes in a row, leading up to the 9th frame. He had a score of 202. Schlechter, looking to head to a rematch for the finals, started game 2 with 5 strikes in a row. He kept that momentum going, finishing the match with 6 strikes back-to-back. He had a score of 279. Schlechter had a strike in every frame in this game except one, pushing him back into the finals.
For the championship game, Schlechter kept his arm in motion, taking on the only man to go undefeated on the day, Ronnie Sparks Jr., who also took home the Metro Detroit Masters earlier this year.
Mind you, Sparks had a half-hour break in between games, and the break looks to have a bit of an impact. Sparks Jr. would strike in the 2nd frame and put a 171 on the board. Schlechter started off with 4 strikes in a row, followed by a turkey in the 6th, 7th, and 8th frame. He won the first game with a score of 247. Moving on to game 2, Schlechter again victorious with a 201, Sparks 192. Schlechter won the first 2 games, pushing the rematch into overtime. In game 3 of the championship round, Sparks Jr. opened it with 4 strikes in a row and a turkey in the 10th frame. He sat with a score of 236. Schlechter fought back with a strike after strike but ended the match with a 224. In the final game now, Sparks Jr. had a strike in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th frame, followed by a turkey in the 10th. Schlechter started off with a turkey and had strikes in the 5th and 6th, but Ronnie Sparks would win the tournament by only 9 pins.
Gary, the championship match was a rematch between you and Ronnie Sparks. Talk to me about that competition.
It was pretty tough. It's kind of hard to beat anybody at this level, especially after we've been bowling all day on this. Beat him twice in a row, that's really tough. So he bowled good. He changed his game a little bit the last match, and he beat me.
How did you stay in focus throughout the entire tournament?
Just try to keep my head here in the bowling center. I'm not worried about anything else, work, nothing. And that's pretty much how I stay focused all day.
All right, I'm here with our winner, Ronnie Sparks Jr. Now, Ronnie, talk to me about in between games. Did that have any effect on you having a little bit of a break when your competitor didn't have much of a break?
No, just because this tournament, you don't try to think about the breaks or the time. You got to find a good mentality to just kind of stay focused, you know? And Gary, he has been a great bowler for a really long time. So when you bowl somebody like that good, you just know no matter, he could have got gutters in our whole practice session, and I knew it was still going to be a close match. So the break really not too much because I had my own little mentality going to get ready for the final match.
And in between the second and third game, I saw you being kind of coached up by some of your friends. What were they telling you?
We were just trying to figure out that left lane because the lanes were so tricky, and then the match before I tried to play them safe and play them to the right, and that wasn't there. So it was almost like going inside. It was almost like starting all over again. So they were just kind of just keeping me with the confidence, keeping me pushing and saying, hey, just trust yourself. You've got this far. Whatever moves you're going to make, they're going to work. And I had some good guys behind me. So it was like if they gave me a little input, I kind of took it and just went with it.
And then the third and fourth game, you got back in your game. What changes did you make?
We went to a different pair. That pair was a lot different from the pair that we came off of. So that's where I went in with a completely different game plan, started different, just completely forgot about my last set. Like I was honestly saying after I lost, I was like, oh, I won, now we're at the final dance. So I was trying to convince myself that I won and that I was going to a final match rather than taking it as I lost and now let's bounce back, because any negativity when it comes down to the line, it kind of plays a toll. So I just wanted to be as positive as I could and just was ready to have some fun.
And you won the Metro Detroit Masters, and now this. How proud of yourself are you?
I'm blessed. Really, honestly, the first person I thank is God, because without him, nothing's possible. So it's really just a blessing. They asked me about the win last time, and this is the time where I really can't find words, just because winning never gets old. That's the best way to put it.
Well, that's our show for this month. Thank you so much for watching. Great first season, and we can't wait to get going again in the fall. Our mission? To capture the entire Southeast Michigan bowling scene. We've got some exciting things in store for you next season. More tournaments, our restaurant tour, and new interactive ways to connect with Michigan Kingpins. Till then, you can see next year's tournament schedule and previous episodes of Michigan Kingpins at mdusbc.com, or watch replays on Comcast Cable TV, Channel 900. Check the guide for days and times, or you can find it on demand under Get Local and State Champs Sports Network. Thanks to our cameramen, Jonathan Kidd and Jeff Burley, our editor, Patrick Shannon, executive producer, Lauren Plant, and of course our reporters, Ashley Raymond, Stephanie Funkhauser, and most of all, Mark Rottenberg. Special thanks to Star Lanes for hosting us today, and all of the Bowling Center community that have supported this endeavor the entire season. It truly has been a pleasure. I'm Mark Martin, and we'll see you right here this fall on Michigan Kingpins.
Michigan Kingpins is brought to you by the Metro Detroit USBC Association, your bowling resource. Lawrence Technological University, possible is everything. Frankenmuth Brewery and Restaurant, 150 years of tradition. Sandy Hansel and Associates, bowling is our business. Brunswick, the bowling leader. Trotside Restaurant, Northville Downs' exciting dining experience. And Turbo Bowling Accessories, driven to bowl.